Now I finally realize this is the goal of this podcast.
We're gonna get your husband somehow.
It's a good day for a good day. Sending big love in a big way, yeah.
Real estate developer, tech investor, entertainment personality, but you may know her from Netflix's Bling empire. Leah Quinn is on the pod, everyone.
Hello, everyone.
Good to have you here. I've known you forever.
Yeah, like how many years?
Since you came to LA, since you came from China to the US.
Sort of. You're probably one of my first few friends.
Yes. Oh my God. And here we are still after all those years, because I think you came here when you were 21. Now I think you're like 22 or 23.
I think so.
Now, you were on Netflix's Bling Empire. Did you know these people before you got on the show?
I saw Jesse and Sheree all together.
Yeah.
So Alex, Sheree's ex-boyfriend, after the first season show aired, he met me on occasion and we were talking about it. But I think I was explaining that a little bit when we were filming.
Oh, yeah.
Because I filmed my own storyline.
Sure.
When we were doing the second season. So it was very surprising that they dropped a bombshell.
Yes.
To the entrance, but actually the real story behind it is that everybody already know about
They already knew about it.
Yeah, that's why I was so surprised. I thought like Jamie know about it too.
Right, yeah. You know, very like, oh yeah, it was like just off the cuff. It wasn't like a big thing like, hey, everybody gather around. He just kind of mentioned it thinking it was common knowledge. That's the thing about reality shows, right? They can edit you to make you sound like or whatever they want, right? They can make you their own character, the editors.
Exactly. That's the learning process for me. Entertainment is pretty new.
Yes.
And I learned a fact that if you don't want to say anything, if you don't want to be putting out there like that, just don't say it.
Yeah. For example, if you talking to somebody and you're like, oh, I hate the 405 traffic at rush hour time. And then somebody walks in and says, oh, hey, I love your hair. The editors can make it be like, I hate your hair. And next thing you know, you're saying that even though it was edited from two different things.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. Like even like the face expression.
Yes.
Yeah.
They can take it from any part they filmed and make you like, you know, you could be happy for something like, oh, wow. But they'll take another version of you going like, and then they put that expression. And then the next thing you know, you're like, wait, I didn't do that. You know, as you're watching it for the first time, you probably were like, wait a minute, that wasn't me.
Exactly. Oh. So how the show started is like, I've been cast before the first season they start to film.
Oh, wow.
I wasn't really understanding what a reality show about.
Right.
And also when the producer was interviewed me, I was like, he asked, what do you do? I was like, didn't tell him anything.
Right.
And he's like, who are you dating? So I was like, nobody. So he's like, why are you here? I'm like, I don't know.
This is during the first season?
Before the first season when it was casting.
Right.
When it was casting back then, there were already 3 different producer interviewed me for they want to do Asian reality show.
Right.
I really don't understand what it was.
Right.
Yeah.
Yes, I get that. Give me a behind the scenes that nobody saw from the show that you're like, oh man, I can't believe they didn't put this on the air.
I feel like if they put it out there, the show will never be canceled.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
It's that salacious? It's that like...
Yeah, that's just my personal opinion. So I kind of move in with Jamie together. Okay. That was the storyline that we filmed.
Yeah.
And Jamie and I has nothing in common. We like fashion. She's vegan.
Okay.
And I eat chicken feet. So when we moved in together, like she threw up.
Because you had the food around? Just the smell of the food she threw up?
Yeah. And she was like spending time like 4 hours unpacking, unboxing stuff.
Right.
And filming the YouTube video. And she actually got followers and people are watching. And people actually pay her to do so. So I was like, what the heck is this? So I was working out, I was falling asleep, I was snoring.
You don't snore? I'm just
a little bit dramatic.
Yeah,
a little bit dramatic. But when we were moving in together, one of the conditions Jamie's talking about is no guy stay overnight.
Yeah, girls club, no boys allowed.
Yes.
It's our tree house.
And back then, my ex-boyfriend, Gary Ackerman, the first scene, he entered into the house, had the breakfast. The first thing he asked me is that I want a house key.
Oh.
So I was kind of like switch the topic. We kind of have our own moment, but Jamie's like, can you get your own room? So we get our own room, but Jamie's still bumping to us when we have our moment. So she freaked out. So she moved out during our housewarming party.
Oh, really? That quickly?
Yes. That's the story we were filmed. It's pretty funny. It's very funny to watch. That's why like me and Jamie was sitting there having a lunch and talking about Cherie stuff. It looks stingy. Like it looks awkward.
Sure.
Sudden. How me and Jamie is getting connected, right?
Right.
So I wasn't there for somebody else drama. And I wasn't there for like, I don't really care about other people's life that much.
Yes.
But it's reality show.
Yeah.
They want to put it out there, the bombshell.
Sure, exactly. That was the bombshell to introduce you. And they want to always put things on that are going to be like, wait a minute, what's that? But yeah, because you're very, you always keep such good self-composure. You know what I'm saying? Like you're always like, I never see you frantic or frazzled or any, as long as I've known you, you're always like, even steel, you know, and I was just thinking, you know, there's that one girl that was on the Housewives of New York, whatever, that made that skinny girl, Margarita. Can't remember her name, but you guys know it. But I think you should make your own alcohol and call it like quintessentially Quinn. And it could be like a tame tequila because you're always, you know, in control and always composed. And tequila usually makes people, you know, lose their composure. So that's an idea.
I'm allergic to alcohol.
You're allergic to alcohol?
Yeah.
It almost sounds like, okay, so you're Asian and allergic to alcohol. Okay, I get that. I've heard that before. That's actually probably the best thing to be allergic to.
Yeah, I can keep on the same channel with you. If you are like drinking and I'm
yes,
I
exactly
keep the same.
I'm the same way. I don't really drink. If I do drink, I will drink like half of a Jack and Coke or a half of a wine and I'm done. I've never thrown up from drinking.
I know good stuff though. I know how to taste the good wine.
Oh, you can? Doesn't make you break out?
Not really.
Really?
As long as I'm not swollen.
You don't get swollen?
No, as long as I don't drink, like completely drink it, I'll just taste it.
Wow, that's actually good though. You know, too bad that people couldn't be more allergic to alcohol because the world would be a little bit, less crazy. Now, before, speaking of the world, go like halfway around the world to China. You're from China. What did you do before you came to the U.S. in China? What was your work? You weren't on reality shows back then.
Work for real estate.
Real estate. You started in China working in real estate development.
Exactly.
And then you came here to do that exact same thing when you first came out here?
Yes.
And then you got...
instead, I work under somebody in China. Yeah. Actually, that's one of the once upon a time in my life that I gained most experience and I learned so much.
Oh.
Because my boss was a really good real estate developer and he just threw me into a new project. It was all dirty. It was commercial. So I have to start to go to the government to do the plan check. And then like I did a really like a temporary office. Yeah. I dragged the wire, the water, the sewage, the office, everything. I have no idea what I was doing.
You were learning as you were going.
Figure it out.
Yeah.
Yeah. My boss will inspire me a little bit saying, do this and do that. But how to do it, I figured it out.
You had to figure it on your own.
I always complain so much, but now that I thought that I changed so much from that.
That's good.
Yeah.
You learned so much. You also are associated with having, I believe, the most expensive house for sale in Calabasas. Is that correct?
Yeah.
I remember I shot some of my movie, a Reality Queen movie there. 8 bedrooms, 15 bathrooms, bowling alley in the basement, a nightclub in the basement. You had tennis courts, basketball court, and then you had a garage. How many cars could you fit in that garage?
There was one time I put 15.
15?
Yes.
15 cars in the garage. How many can you fit in the little roundabout in your driveway?
Like 100.
100. Yeah, you would have parties there and there'd be over 115 cars in this house and it's all in her driveway or in her garage. That's crazy. What am I forgetting about that house? It was just amazing.
I did a scooter around the house though.
So you had a scooter around the house. It's so big.
Like lost my cell phone in one corner. It was at least a 30 minutes,
30 minutes
for my next
Oh
thing,
my God. The house is so big. You had a scooter around it to get places. Oh my God, that's crazy. But it's an amazing house, beautiful. That first when you come in, that you had that staircase. Oh my God, beautiful house.
I have many proud projects. That's one of them.
Yes. Well, tell me about some other stuff. You're still developing other projects in LA. You always have been with the real estate. What else do you have coming up that you're working on with the real estate world?
Recently, because this past few years a little bit tricky, it's a historical high, and we do see economic a little bit calm down. So
I know that I'm in the commercial real estate business
myself. Like I predict the next 2 to 5 years.
Still.
Yeah, I don't see positive signs
Sure.
to do the large amount of development now. So I'm more like
because of the interest rates and stuff like that, or what?
Not only that, I think the economic in general need to
the economy
have
in
a
general.
reset right now.
Yeah.
On the surface, it's still okay, but you know, the stock market, the NFT, everything is dropping.
Yes.
You know, interest rates been adjusted a few times. I'm expecting the real estate market will be still dropping.
Wow. Okay. Okay. Now you're also always so fashionably dressed. As long as I've known you, every time I went to your house, you were always dressed to the nines. Do you have a fashion line you're doing? What's Leah's closet, first of all?
Leah's closet is funny because I've been you know, I'm a girl.
Like, you are a girl.
Yeah.
Told you guys. I'm joking. Of course you are.
I love my wardrobe. So over years, I just spend a good amount of time and money on my closet. But later on, like during pandemic, I just realized because I have to move so many times.
Yes.
Like every time I do a new project, I have to move to where I close.
You got to bring everything with you.
Yes. So not necessarily everything, but pack and unpacking is just tiring.
Sure.
And I just every time I pack and unpack, I feel like okay, I don't need that much stuff.
Right.
Don't buy new ones, and those are a lot of them still have tag on.
Oh and
I asked my cleaning lady, she's like, okay, you only wear 5% of your clothes. So I'm like, and sometimes occasionally I just find out when I wear something, girls love it.
Oh yeah.
So I just feel like instead of those sit in the closet, and it became a big process for me to pack. And I will just sell.
Yeah.
Well, sometimes I have an event and put something together that I'm ready to, you know, share with other girl who love fashion. I just invite them to come over, have a little bit tea. And
is that on Poshmark? Is that what that's on, or is it something else?
Like I do events and I put a lot of them on Poshmark. Poshmark doesn't sell designer that well.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, and you have all designer stuff.
I have everything.
You have everything. As long as I've known you, I've never seen you wear anything more than once. I just personally thought you bought it and then after you wore it, you just burned it up. But you keep it. It's hilarious.
Yeah, I do keep it.
When you keep moving, it's kind of stressful because you keep like, oh, I don't need all this. I'll just take this. Do you know that they say of the 3 biggest stressors in life, one is dying, one is moving, and the third is public speaking. Those are the 3 biggest things that stress people out in life. And you move so often, so at least you're getting accustomed to that. So you're taking away one of the big things. And you're on a TV show, you got to wear that public speaking thing. You probably are better with that now. So all you have to really worry about down the road is dying is the only thing that's going to be stressful to you because you handle everything else perfectly.
I think right now I'm pretty okay with moving and the public speaking.
Yes.
Like I've been growing up, whenever there are more audience, I like to talk more.
Yeah. So, I get that.
But dying actually stress me out.
Yes, it stresses me out. Can we not die maybe?
I hope, but you know, it is what it is.
It is what it is.
You know, as you know, this time I was in China for 3 months.
3 months in China.
At the beginning, when I go back to China, it took me a while to adjust the Chinese because I haven't been there for like 5 years.
So they're like, you sound too American with your Chinese.
Yeah, people can tell I'm a little bit different. Funny thing is, people in China who watch Bling Empire, and they pull my accent out and they ask where these accents came from. They say it came from Beijing.
They can
speak English.
Because they know all the different dialects of all those different provinces throughout China?
I don't know. They just amazing. They just can't tell from my accent.
Wow. Well, I can understand everything you say completely perfectly. So to me, there's really no difference.
Thank you.
Even when I first met you, I could also. So to be able to, in business, to be like in real estate and in clothing sales and also I think tech investment. Don't you do tech also? Are you invest in some stuff?
You know, that's like something
Is it
very
secret?
interesting. I'm going to talk about.
Yes.
You know, speaking of a reality show, so you go to a new area, you always pay a license to learn first, and then you know what to do, right?
Yeah.
I feel like at the beginning, the reason I want to be in a reality show because I want to tell the words like wherever you came from, you can make a difference.
Wow.
Or like if you fail from success, you can also make a difference. You can always change it. You one person can never be on the bottom, or one person can never be on the top. So this life.
Yeah.
So I want to deliver a message to the world about a group of entrepreneurs' life.
Okay.
They are founders. They all have underdog story. They all establish their own empire themselves, and they all Googleable. But like everybody is so humble. You don't have to show up. Like they don't have to show off their wealth. But more importantly, is telling people how they deal with stress and life.
Oh, that's actually great. What a great idea. I can't wait for that show.
Thank you. And some of my cast are tech founders. So.
Oh, really?
Yes.
Well, I'm very humble, so maybe I should be on there because of my great success, and I'm very humble about it, and I don't really let people know because, when I see you, I would think when I first met you, you hold yourself with such class and all that kind of stuff that I just assumed that you were born into this world of, high-end luxury and having all the money in the world from a very early age because you seem so refined. I don't know your backstory about that, but you always, came across like that to me.
It's probably too early to tell my story, but maybe I should have waited until the show coming up.
Yes.
I've been mysterious to everybody.
Very mysterious.
Thinking I have my wealth came from my family, but actually I was born from bottom of the poor.
Come on.
So I'm lucky enough to be experienced bottom of the poor and the top of the wealth.
Yes.
And I experienced business success and failure. I say, hi to new life and bye to people that I love.
Right.
Including this time I'm in China, my dad passed away.
Sorry about that.
Thank you. I feel like I grow so much that I already know what's the most meaningful thing in life and what's considering the real wealth. It's the happiness. It's the health. It's the people that you love around you, your relationship with them. If you have a little bit like in your bank and the asset under your name, it will be better.
That's very good. It's very good. Bling Empire, did you date anyone in Bling Empire?
The boyfriend, when I filmed the show, I think
the whole show.
Yeah, he showed up. Actually, there was a storyline between us. There is a young love story.
Oh, yo.
It never get aired.
That's one of the things I was wondering about. Wow. Are you still with that boyfriend now?
No, unfortunately.
Well, what does Leah Quinn look for in a man? That guy, is it the same thing you saw in this guy that you like in general, or?
He has the good part of him. Like he has a great heart.
Good heart.
Good heart. He has sense of humor.
Funny guy.
His character is like a golden retriever.
Golden retriever, meaning like, that you'll...
It feel like a love unconditionally and happy unconditionally.
Oh, okay.
Dealing with business in a different country, different language, and I'm a girl. Sometimes I have to processing the stress, the things happened in my life. So, of course, finding a partner that who are mature enough, have a good heart, have a same view of the life and the future, what's more important, will be perfect.
Is it harder in LA to date than in China?
Not necessary. I feel like LA is more direct forward. People are always looking for new things. They think they can always find better. So that's why they're dating around first. Yeah. When you settle with somebody, if it's the right one, something can happen. Yeah. Something nice can happen. Yeah. In China, I'm always only person. There are a lot of people create a family in their early age. People just still dating around, but they just don't say it.
Right. Is it more like do families try to get their offspring together, like their son with that person's daughter? Do they do that in where you're from?
Yeah, sometimes. Yeah, sometimes they love to do that. Yeah. Nowadays, they more respect of what they like. But if your family have a certain setup,
sure,
let's say certain social status, of course, the parents' generation have more of a saying on that.
They like to merge the assets, as you call that. Like this family that has like this kind of wealth and this family, they like, let's get our children together and let's keep this, which by the way has been like from the beginning of time, you know what I'm saying? It's been like that basically of marriage is more like let's merging of assets and that kind of stuff. But nowadays...
Yeah, like we call it consolidating of the financial statement.
Consolidating of the financial statement.
I must say available.
It sounds so lovely.
Too. Yeah. I run my own numbers, so
yeah,
I know what they're doing.
Yes, exactly. But nowadays, I think people who have access to everyone in the world now, I feel that people now are like, nope, I'm going to find love. more importantly than any of the other stuff that other people want from me, I want to find love is what I hear a lot from people. That's at least what they're saying, but I don't know if that's in reality what people do or not. But if you found a guy that had no money, but he had good heart, all these kind of things, or had maybe some of those things, but not all those things, would you give them both the same shot?
My ex-boyfriend is exactly like that. It didn't work.
It didn't work.
That's also a conversation that we filmed.
Oh, and never got on the air either. You have all these great moments on Bling Empire that you filmed, and yet they didn't put that in for your storyline.
I think everything happened for a reason.
Yep.
I believe it happened the way it is. It's just the production, whatever they planning to put on there.
Sure.
They're thinking that can be more aligned with their goal of the reality show. And their talent at it. So I believe it happened this way. It's all worked out for the best.
Yeah. Where do you see yourself in 5 years? Are you still in LA? Do you have your reality show? Do you have movies, TV? Is it more the real estate? Where's Leah Quinn in 5 years from today?
That's a really good question.
That's why I asked it. Marriage, kids,
Yeah.
2.5 children, white picket fence?
That's my next goal. Yeah.
Really?
I am ready for kids. I just need to find the baby father.
Wow. Or maybe a husband. Or just a baby father, baby daddy. Do you want to get married, or do you just want to have kids with somebody, or would you want the conventional family?
I, of course, want to marry my baby father because I grew up in a single family.
Oh, you did?
Yeah.
Okay. I didn't know that. So I did my research.
No research, internet, not everything is...
Yeah, I didn't read it, but I mean, like, I'm just thinking now out loud. But yeah, okay. So you grew up with a single parent, so you want to actually provide your children a patriarch and a matriarch.
Family, at least from the beginning.
Yeah, it makes sense.
Yeah.
Okay, everybody. She's available. Leah Quinn. Everybody, thank you very much for being here. Appreciate it. Peace, everybody.